A lot of weird things going on right now, and we're going to talk about all of it. Last week, the FDA approved some flavors, and this week, the Center for Tobacco Products kind of gave a whole mess of PMTA applicants a little bit of a stay of execution. They can stay on the market while not being fully authorized by the FDA. A lot of people are saying that this is a huge win. It feels, to me, maybe like a little bit too little, too late. It doesn't really fix anything or fix the PMTAs or fix anything at the FDA, but it definitely feels like something is weird and changing and possibly in the favor of tobacco harm reduction. Don't worry, I go all through it in the news and advocacy. There's going to be timestamps down below, but the vlog has already started. The hold screen is Face Meet. It's Laguna Beach. Enjoy the vlog. Appreciate you. Let's go. This might be a little bit loud. I apologize.
Because Nick told me to.
Yeah.
Damn.
Oh, hey.
Clucking the chowds.
Nope.
Clucking the chowds.
Only one cluck in the chows this week. I have lined it up, you guys. I have lined it up. Trey, I've lined it up. Silk Pump, we're lining it up. The Doc, we're lining it up. Corporate Jason, the Fed, we're lining it up for the Fed. Emma, what up? Compassionate Cucumbers, what up? VSR, what up? Cody Taylor, what up? All right. Well, hello and welcome, everybody. Welcome and mother truckin' hello. Today is Thursday. You're in the right spot. That means it's Mother Truckin' Vlog Day. You're in the right spot, and we're going to do the damn thing. I have a full-on, action-packed vlog planned out for you guys tonight. No timestamps. on the screen. Remember when I used to put timestamps on the screen when the vlog was pre-recorded, and I used to say, no timestamps on the screen this week. No timestamps on the screen this week, but all the timestamps will be underneath wherever this video is. If it's on my website, that's where it is. If it's on Twitch, that's where it is. Twitter, that's where it is. YouTube, that's where it is. All underneath. But thank you guys so much for being here tonight. What up, Art of Sin? What up, Ale Pick? What up? Shit, sit up straight. Optimus Prime's here, you guys. Hell yeah. What up, Optimus Prime? See, now I know it's going to be a good stream. When Optimus Prime shows up, yeah. That means it's going to be a good stream. The Art of Sin. Listen, we're all chilling, bro. We're all chilling. In fact, there's been some crazy news recently. Crazy news recently that I don't even know. It's like I don't even recognize the FDA anymore. Don't even recognize them. Things are changing so severely and so quickly, but just not quite enough. Not quite enough. What up, Steve-O? What up, S'mores? What up, Al Gore? Chillin'. Birdman? Hell yeah. Everybody is welcome to lurk and listen. That's my preferred way of people consuming the vlog is lurk, just some straight up lurking and listening. Let me give you a real quick rundown as far as what's going on, what's coming up tonight. Hey, we got a beer. No, we don't have a beer. Sorry, we still have no beer this week. That's right. I'm going to do some opening announcements. We have a not beer this week because, you know, health things. We're going to talk about some things that I've been vaping. We're going to talk about some things that you have been vaping. We're going to listen to your crackles. We're going to see the coolest thing I saw all week. We're going to do some news. We're going to do some retro vaping. We're going to do some mail. We're going to do some liquid. And we're going to do some bands at the end. We're really going to try not to run long tonight. I'm going to really do my best. In fact, let's just get right to the opening announcements. Enough of this, openers. What's up, Dragaron? Appreciate you. Appreciate you. What up, Denny? Steve Denny? Steve Denny. That's your jingle now. Earn. Vacuum quickly because I got 151 age restrictions on YouTube yesterday. Not yesterday, on May 8th. I clicked onto my YouTube on May 8th and it, loaded my back end and I got a little pop-up warning, which is you never want to see that because a pop-up warning on the back end of your YouTube could be any number of things from copyright infringements to copyright strikes to full community guideline strikes and everything in between. So I clicked away from this little pop-up that's like, YouTube is age verified or has age gated some of your videos. And I went to the little section where I can look. In one day, May 8th, on one day, I got 151 videos put behind an age gate. That's always the precursor to community guideline strikes. So now I'm walking on eggshells. A big mess of age verifications means that someone or an AI agent or an AI bot is looking at your YouTube and going through your channels and deciding if this is stuff that should be on the platform or not. And that is terrifying. So it's been all good since then, but oh man, seeing 151 notifications from YouTube doesn't instill any sort of confidence in me and in that platform. I'm like completely demonetized over there. I'm essentially shadow banned anyway. Just let me have my videos. Just let me put my videos up for the people that want to watch my videos. That's all I ask. Burn YouTube down? Yeah. As soon as there's ever a serious competitor to YouTube, then that's, where I'll go. I put my videos on Rumble. I don't feel like that's a serious competitor to YouTube. I put my videos on my website. That's definitely not. I put them on the Odyssey platform. I put my reviews on Twitter X. It's YouTube. Everybody goes to YouTube. Think about anytime you Google or search anything, even if I search through DuckDuckGo, even if I use the DuckDuckGo browser, it still defaults to YouTube videos. No matter what the search results are, YouTube videos will be in there. YouTube is still the most used, by a mile. So yeah, a lot of age restrictions. Did you hear the Google CEO signed a deal with the Pentagon to create an AI military? That's crazy, right? That's crazy. That's just something I just wanted to mention if you guys want to look into that at all. I have one update in that I've been vaping Canthal this whole time. And it wasn't until this last Tuesday that someone finally told me But my favorite wire, I don't even know where it is now. My favorite round wire that I get out and build with all the time from Kidney Puncher. Every time I do a round wire build, I pull out this spool of wire. I thought it was nichrome this whole time. It's been Kanthal. So it's like, you know, what else can you even trust that comes out of my mouth? I thought I was vaping nichrome this whole time. Turns out it was Kanthal. Turns out it was Kanthal. You're just here for the FDA bashing? Jim, we're going to get there. You know, we're going to get there. We're going to get there at some point. Keep an ear open. And I think that's really all I had at the opening announcements, other than I kind of want to point out something weird that's felt like a weird thing. But I don't know if anybody remembers 2 weeks ago. It was roughly 2 weeks ago, April 25th, that vlog. The title of that vlog was, I have a weird feeling about vaping. You know, it's like my spidey senses were going off. And I thought, something's weird going on. Something's happening. Something weird is happening with vaping right now. And then over the last 2 weeks, all of the weirdest stuff has happened with vaping. I'm not saying I can predict the future. I just think it's a wild coincidence that exactly 2 weeks ago, I did a whole live stream about how I felt like something was off. Something feels weird, like something's going to happen. Something like my spidey senses were going off like wild. We talked about it. What's happened in the last 2 weeks? What up, sad boy? What has happened in the last 2 weeks? So much. You only vape 9 cant wire? Nyan cant wire? Is that the same thing? No. Maybe I don't know what that is. Maybe I don't know exactly what that is. 2 weeks ago, I said I had a weird feeling. Look at where we are today. Don't worry, we're going to get into it in the news and advocacy. I think I went down the full rundown, which means that's the opening announcements. That's it right there. It's time to enjoy a not alcoholic beverage. Just out of a little bit of an overabundance of caution, I got a doctor's appointment next week. There's going to be no vlog next week. I should have said that at the beginning of the stream. Next week, no vlog. Next week, no vlog. But this is what I have to drink tonight. It's not booze and it's not a soda. It's an Olipop, a sparkling tonic. It's one of those, probiotics, botanicals, plant fiber, good for your overall gut health type of sodas. A few years ago when I was drinking these, I just called them the fart sodas because all they do is make me fart. All they did is make me fart like crazy. Not so much anymore. Still a little bit of a fart soda, but we got a grape fart soda tonight. And I wish I had anything grape to pair with this, but I don't. Oh, that's it. It's so sad. Maybe week after next, maybe we can get back to beers. I'd love to be able to get back to beers because I went beer shopping and I got a bunch of beer in my fridge that I'm dying to drink. But like I said, out of an overabundance of caution to my pancreas, I'm going to wait until after I see the doctor next week. But cheers! Here you go. Look, we got a grape Olipop. Cheers. I hope you got something delicious next to you. Could be a cherry vanilla Dr. Pepper. I mean, yeah, it's delicious. Obviously, it's delicious. It's exactly like drinking a grape soda. In fact, I might be able to pair this with guava jelly. I have 3 milligram guava jelly in here. Your girlfriend likes the grape Olipops. I love grape anything. Grape bubblegum, put it in my mouth. Grape sodas of all manner, put it in my mouth. It was either Walmart or Costco back in the day, used to sell grape sodas that was like a generic brand of grape soda. I can't remember the name. I can see the can, that it was like very slightly less carbonated, a little bit more like a Lipton Brisk iced tea. And I used to just destroy grape sodas, crush grape sodas. Yeah, I've heard that these will be good for my ovaries. From what I understand, plant fiber, botanicals, It's good for the old ovaries. Wait, where are my ovaries? I think they're over here. I'm not sure. Look, we're gonna drink some Olipop grape and some guava jelly and just have at it. Yeah, of course that's delicious. Of course that's delicious. It can't not be delicious. Turn my poop screen. Good on you, Olipop. That'll get me through the stream. That should help me get me through the stream. But in the meantime, let's just keep trucking right along. We got no time to waste like today. So I guess what we have to check into now is with Kitchen Guy. There's Kitchen Guy. In fact, there was a tacked on living room couch guy as well, which surprised the hell out of Editing Guy, but now these things are getting just way too complicated. Way too complicated. Grape sodas are the best sodas. No one can change my mind. I like it more. I like a grape soda more than I like a cream soda. I like a grape soda more than I like a cola. I like a grape soda more than I like root beer. I love root beer. But grape soda, that's it. That's peak. That's the king. Grape soda. Yo, Dickie Mo. Hey, checking in with the Kitchen Guy. Let's see what he's been up to.
I've been vaping.
Good morning. Oh, hey, good morning, everybody. Good morning. It's Kitchen Guy. It's Kitchen Guy, which there has been shit tons of Kitchen Guy. Lots. The most of Kitchen Guy. Literally zero living room couch guy. Lots of Kitchen Guy. Let's talk about what we got. Here's the thing. I think I've come to the conclusion that the Orion 2 with the sturdy 1 RBA on the inside, I mean, this is like a top tier vape. This might be in my top 5 favorite vapes in the history of all vaping. I'm trying to go through and find, I did my top 5 favorite Macs. I'm going to do my top 5 favorite RTAs. I'm going to do my top 5 favorite RDAs. And I'm going to try to do my top 5 favorite vapes just ever. I think this already firmly has a spot in the top 5. It's so great. I love the Stevie's Collective Simulation 6 milligram banana tobacco in here. I love the form factor. I love the weight. I love the draw. I love the crackle. I love the flavor. I mean, maybe a little bit bigger of a battery life, but otherwise, I feel like this particular vape is just without flaw. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable, and I love it. I do have a few pods out here. These are all for review. It's a Caliburn G5. That's in the middle of getting review. It's an Argus G4. I think this is the Argus G4 and the Caliburn G5. You can always trust UL to put the brand, the model of the pod on the pod, but Voopoo always just puts Argus, and Voopoo has 20 different products that all just say Argus on them. Whoever taught Voopoo the word Argus, I want to have a little conversation with them. Look, there's a Subtank Mini. It's a Subtank Mini. Subtank Minis out here just being a Subtank Mini, sitting on the Harrier, being a goat. I've really enjoyed using this. I'm going to keep enjoy using this. The flavor is good. The Kanger Subtank Mini with the RBA base, I still think it's goated. Maybe not completely goated because the airflow can get a little bit loud and it's slightly turbulent, but listen, that's a Subtank Mini. This vanilla rum custard, it's been one of the most banged on liquids. Vanilla rum custard, JMW. Oh, team single coil, recoil, 2mm airflow on top of the skip around the room hexome, purple and green. It's a little bit predictable, but this feels like it's going to become a permanent setup. That's so wildly enjoyable. And lastly, I got my 1-of-1 white GrimmGreen hexome that I bought in Indonesia. Zoo 1 RDA on top, single coil, Mexican cola. I had no choice. I was loving this Mexican cola liquid so much that it had to go into a big easy dripper. And it's interesting using the big easy dripper on a single coil because it's one pump and that's all I need. Occasionally 2 pumps, but 1 pump is all I need. And I just like looking at my liquid in these big bottles. I love cola flavored vapes, dude. This Mexican cola is high quality cola flavor. Vlog's canceled. Kitchen guy's just gonna sit out here and vape Mexican cola all day long. Damn. Pump. Anyway, that's me. That's Kitchen Guy. That's what's been getting vaped out here. It's, you know, it's kind of the good stuff. Let's get on with this vlog. We're probably running long already, so I'm gonna throw it right back to it's that other guy. It's Office Guy. Take it away, Office Guy. Go. LRCG, what up? Just want to do, I got a vape. This is the only vape I got out here. It's the Lemonade, Vapetasia Lemonade, R3 coil, green Vaperesso, Armor Guy. It's a good vape. It's honestly a good enough vape that it's kind of all I need. It's kind of all I need out here. It's vaping great, tasting great, you know. There's a pod out here. There's a Cross 3 Nano out here. It gets some use, but it's more been cloud chasing the R3 coil. The Vapetasia Lemonade is kind of a little bit too good. I just want to keep vaping it because it's awesome. Sunday afternoon, you know. This isn't an official Living Room Couch Guy because there hasn't even been Living Room Couch Guy yet this weekend, but I'm preemptively giving, you know, a Living Room Couch Guy because I'm assuming today's the day. There's got to be some Living Room Couch Guy. I'm sure we got something to watch. Today's not just house cleaning, yard work, and laundry. There's going to be some Living Room Couch Guy. I'm pretty confident in that. At least this evening. At least this afternoon, maybe this evening, Living Room Couch Guy. So we're going to make it happen. And thanks, everybody, for believing in me. Keep being the people that you are. I don't know what I'm talking about. Take it away, Office Guy, go.
Yeah, Living Room Couch Guy is getting weird. That was a weird thing to do, weird thing to say. I've been vaping that Kelpie on the Brunhilde, and I've been enjoying this Kelpie on the Brunhilde, but I don't think I wicked it right. I don't think I wicked this correctly. It's vaping good and it tastes good, but it does that Inikin thing where it constantly feels like it's about to go dry, and I just feel like I haven't wicked that properly, and that kind of bums me out. I was hoping I could use that Kelpie a little bit longer. Huckleberry, what is this? Huckleberry cream cheese Danish. Huckleberry cream cheese Danish has been going in the, oh, look at that, Argus. What do you know, Voopoo? You know, that's rad. The Huckleberry, I think, is one of, if not my favorite Lady Liberty liquid so far. The Mexican cola comes from, I don't have the bottle anymore. This, here it is, found it. Legion X. I don't know if you can see that very well. Legix. And it's called Occident's Cola. It's a Mexican cola. It's a short fill, so it came most likely not in the United States. EU, UK liquid most likely. I've seen these bottles. I've seen these bottles in Germany. I've seen these bottles in Switzerland. I've seen them in the UK. Yeah, it's delicious. But that's been getting a lot of vaping. Honestly, I've got a bubble in my throat. The things that have been getting the most vaping are anything that's attached to one of these new easy drippers, because dripping again with the easy drippers, it's like not having to deal with the runny 120 ml bottles that when they drip, they squirt liquid out the top and then the liquid pools on top. So the next time you drip, it drips off preemptively and drips down your mod. It's just terrible. These, I can't stop using them, and it's making me drip just a way lot more. JMW, Succulence is on the inside. That's the Turnstone RS, Turnstone Rally Sport on top of the Mech Life Arcless. This is just banging. There's no way around it.
Yes, Gunny. Would love to. Would love to do Orion panels. You know, here's the thing. Once I'm able to figure out my website a little bit better, I'm going to try to add some shit to it. You know, custom things and stuff that you can't really get anywhere. So that's been getting a ton of use. And this has been getting a ton of use. This is like the beefiest. That's the Turnstone Original Titan V2 from Steam Crave, the big 120 dripper. This is, you know, the Deep Cuts tobacco, that menthol tobacco called Crisp. It's unbelievable. It's so good. I love this flavor. I'm still trying to think of the name of the liquid that it reminds me of, but I can remember the liquid. I just can't remember the name of it, you know? It's so good. This ended up being a series build, like I said in the review, 0.34. I'm running it at 6.8 watts, which is basically series. It's basically series, but that liquid's so delicious, I just keep using it. And truly and honestly, the one thing I can't keep out of my hand is this damn ass flip side. I'm going to do a review for this. I think I'm going to do it next week. This is a banging ass little squonky. The squonker with the Reload Vapor S on top. It's a really great little combo. Guava jellies on the inside, 3 milligram. Get out of here. This is probably the most used thing on the desk. I don't know how this build in here is amazing. And I don't even know. It's just a boring single coil. It's got a little crispiness to it, you know? I don't know if I would call that crackle exactly, but it's got a little crispiness to it. Oh yeah, well, I'm paving the way, Ern. I'm paving the way for a merch guy. Don't you worry. I'm paving the way. Yes, Will, thank you. Thank you. I'm going to do a video for him. I shot the video. I'm going to edit it hopefully tomorrow and like Monday. I might just put up a little video for the Easy Drippers. The bummer part is on YouTube, I can't tell people where to go to get them. That's the shittiest part. I can't even like allude to it, you know? They get really uppity about that kind of stuff. Oh, what up, Lisa? I see you keeping it real over there on Twitter X. I appreciate that. That's cool. We're not quite yelling at the FDA yet, but we're going to get there soon enough. This is the king. That's the king of the vapes right there. It's the king of the desk. I've got a minivan, you know. I've still got that Hanya going, but I haven't been, you know, necessarily digging into that a lot. I got a Caliburn G4 Mini, which, while we're on the subject, it feels like this battery has been dying really, really fast. Like way too fast. Like in a couple, 2 or 3 hours, this battery will be dead. And I don't like that. And so that's kind of been bothering me. But you know what's not bothering me in any capacity? So you guys want to know what that sound was? We just invented a new game. It's called, you don't win anything except my undying respect and like GrimmGreen street cred. Try to guess this sound. I guarantee that whatever you're thinking, it's not that. Huh? One more time. Michael Scott. Street bike? It kind of sounds like a street bike. If you close your eyes. It's not a street bike. It's not a Roomba. It's not an orgasming raccoon. Which, how do you know what that sounds like? It's a person. It is a person, Cody Taylor. It's a person. A big wheel going down a concrete hill. Head dunked in a fish tank. It's none of those things. It's none of those things. It sounds like someone regurgitating faster and faster. This was a video that I saw, you know, on Instagram. and I immediately screen recorded like a 5-minute loop of it, and I just kept watching it over and over again because it's so funny. I don't even know why I keep this. Are you ready to see what that sound is? You don't even know. You don't even know. It's me scrolling through deck pic. There it is. Unsolicited deck pics, nailed it. Here's the video of unsolicited deck pics scrolling through pics. What? It's so good. It's just a reversed video of a guy getting carbonated in the face. And that's so hilarious to me. I can't stop thinking, I mean, that's hilarious. That's comedy. That's comedy. That's comedy that guy filmed that. I want to watch it in normal speed. I want to watch it in forward. How did he get it to do that? Oh, it's a Mento. He's got a Mento in his mouth and he drops it in. You can see it at the very end. Yeah. That's comedy, you know? This stuff like that is why the internet was invented. It's not to, get clout or monetize. It's for out of context, funny videos that make no sense. And the no context is what makes it funny. So many videos on the internet benefit from no context. That's what makes them funny. As soon as I know the context of something, you kind of go, oh, okay. It's like that guy. I saw a guy who's just some guy, and he goes underwater in a river, and then he pulls out a Twix, and then he just eats it underwater in a river. And I'm just like, that's the coolest thing I've ever seen. Out of context, that's amazing. And then I was like, oh, this guy's like an influencer guy, and he's like a fitness guy, and he works out at the gym, and he's very like, don't give up on your dreams. And that kind of changes it. But when I didn't know what was going on, and you just see some random guy eating a Twix underwater in a river, gold. It's gold. That is gold. But with context, sometimes it kind of ruins the comedy of it. Kind of ruins the comedy of it a little bit for me. What up, Lady Liberty? All right, well, that was the Guess the Sound. Let's jump straight into... And it's never loud enough, so I'm going to turn it up. Tim! T-Bolt. That's original recipe, Tim, right there. You're off work. You're here. It feels so much more complete now that Tim's here. Hell yeah, Tim. Happy to see you. Enjoy your night off. Thank you for spending your night off with us, bro. That's cool. That's cool as hell. What did I miss? Did Silk Pump gift 15 subs? No, okay. Did I miss that? What did I miss? Who said something? Okay, nobody said anything. Let's America assignment America. Let's assignment Planet Globe. Let's crackle as well. In fact, we're going to start off just sort of glazing some of my yo-yo's a little bit. Is Dell in the damn chat? If you guys don't know about Dell and haven't hit up his YouTube, Dell builds large robot models on the internet. On YouTube, he does little build tutorials of these wickedly complex models that, you're clipping out 1,000 different ball joints. And you go, oh, this ball joint into this piece, then into this piece, then into this piece, then into this piece, then and then that's an arm, and then into this piece, then into this piece. And he builds these wicked robots. And he posts some of his photography of these robots in our Discord. Look at this. Look at this. That's badass, Dell. Badass. That's so badass. I want to use it as like my desktop wallpaper. That's so badass, Del. Look at that robot. Ready? You're not ready for this robot. Boom. Why is a robot wearing fur? I don't even know. Does it matter? Not even a little. Does it make it look way cooler? Somehow, yes. Somehow, yes. Is that what this is? These are straight up Gundams? Gundams? I was trying to use a general terminology of robots, but that's just, me sounding like I'm 100 years old.
Dell builds his little robots on the internet.
It's Odin. It's Odin. The actual Odin from Norse mythology in robot form. Dude, do yourself a favor. If you're into robots and you want to see a cool dude build some big-ass robots and then take badass pictures of those big-ass robots, Bell. Happy to see you, Del. And then I haven't seen Frames Janklin Vapor here in a hot minute, but Frames Janklin Vapor has been building a Lego collection, a Star Wars Lego collection. I hope he's cool with me sharing this. What? That is so badass, Frames. Besides the dope-ass Shed Time neon sign, look at all the Lego. He's got the Falcon. He's got the Razor Crest. He's got the droid. He's got the Twi'lek there with the lightsaber, the large minifigs. That's a badass collection, dude. Frames, you should be proud of this. That's a badass collection right there. I love the Lego R2-D2. Out of everything in there, the Lego R2-D2 is what's doing it for me. That's badass, Frames. Badass, dude. Keep it up. Keep that collection going, man. Thank you for sharing. I don't know if you're cool with that. I hope you are. I just wanted to share it because it's just so cool. Yeah, he's got like First Order troopers down at the bottom. Look at all the minifigs at the bottom. That's sick. It's just sick. It's just badass, and I just like it. It's so relaxing to look at. It's like, I don't necessarily collect tons of stuff anymore, but man, I just had like one big ass collection like that is just illuminated and organized and on display, and you just go, yes, this is my stuff. Look how cool my stuff is. Look at this stuff and look how cool. It's just cool. It's just fun, man. I miss collecting stuff like that. But let's do hang on. HJ. What am I talking to? HJ? Oh, we're talking to Hotspot Josh here. Hotspot Josh sent in some Assignment Planet Globe here. Yo, Grimm, here's some pictures of my collection. Fairly well-known stuff. I'm sure you can name them. Can I? Hotspot Josh? Here, can we do it this way? Hotspot Josh? Hell yeah, Hotspot Josh. I actually don't. I recognize the Jaka in there. I recognize the Fatality M25 in there. I don't know exactly what that is. I don't know exactly what that mod is. This is obviously a Limitless mech because it says Limitless. Is that a Purge? Is that a Purge right there? I have no idea. Oh, hell yeah, GOT. You built a Falcon? You built the Falcon with your boy? That's so badass. That's cool. I have a Falcon that I haven't built yet. I have one that I haven't built yet. Jaka on something. 6 RBA in something? Does anybody recognize that? Does anybody recognize that 3D printed little Boro-y banger with this triangle button? I don't know. My favorite thing on here, though, I think is this wooden box Squonky. If I had enough spare time, I would be a Jake Scrapwood, and I would try to make mods out of wood, like having a cool wood workshop, with just sawdust everywhere and all sorts of like lathes and scrapies and little picky guys and little saws and little sanders. That would be fun. That would be badass. But wait, HSJ. God. Maybe this isn't the best technique. There's more. Armor. There's a Twisted Timmy's Coils topper holder back there. Boro. I don't know what that is. I don't know what's in there. That's the You know, that one Boro from El Mono Vapador. The Requiem. The Requiem? I'm saying that right? The Requiem? Can I zoom into the Boro? I don't think so. I could, hang on. Okay, so I can't. Oh, okay, I see. I see how Apple works. Huh? Huh? Is that better? That's a billet box. Looks like a billet box to me, Cotton. Oh, it's a mod stands that go in it. Now that's sick. And I like that armor. I like that golden armor setup. That's rad. One more from Hotspot Josh. Oh, look at that R3 coil sitting on top of that. What's that? The Pulse AIO? The Pulse AIO? There's an SX guy right there. Yeah, Dead Rabbit MTL right there. I don't know what that one is. I don't know what you are right there. Oh, you want to see this guy? It's going to open it always like poop, though. Sometimes the way computers work makes no sense to me. No idea. No idea. No idea. Gunny, my stupid ass rode a roller coaster with my heart recovering. Glad I'm not dead. Super glad you're not dead, Gunny. Super glad you're not dead, Gunny. Get out of here, of course. All right. Well, let's hear from Mark. Mark Cousins writes in and says, "Hey, Nick, I think my pick emails must have got lost somehow, but I'm resending these just in case." Mark Cousins, none of your emails have ever got lost. None of them. I'm sending these in case you haven't seen them. I just wanted to show you some new bangers I've been mother trucking vaping on. The pick with the least amount of vapes is what I use day to day. I can't wait to catch up on the vlog. I've also thrown in some Cracklegasms in a different email. All right, let's cluck some chowds and see what Mark C is up to. Pow. Yeah, that's good stuff. Yes, that's a profile, and I'm going to assume that he's built coils in there, and that Mark's not vaping mesh. He wouldn't vape mesh in there, right? I mean, that's coils. I'm going to assume that that's coils on top of the Lost Vape. Paramore, I don't know what that is. Hang on, we're going to have to do it this way. Yeah, Paramore. Is that a dead rabbit as well? Yeah, it's got the little dead rabbit logo on there. That's a dead rabbit. That's an old school on a Parsons. I love this green Raiden. Not sure what tank that is. I can see the word vape on it, though. Geek Vape? You got two of those. That's two Geek Vape somethings. Love the Raiden. Love the Republic. Love the Pixel. Love the blue Geek Vape. Love all of that. In fact, this is the better picture. And I like this picture, Mark, because it looks like you're giving a speech to them or something. You know? It looks like they're all lined up listening to you talk. Same stuff. Oh, yeah. Old school. 2 pixels. I love the blue. I love the purple. And the profile has coils in it, right? Coils in it? Coils? Those are coils in there? Not Geek Vape Nano 2 tank. How do I get one of them? I want to run that same setup. I want to put that on my Raiden. Yeah. Let's see. Did I have some more Assignment Planet Globies? No, I don't. So it looks like we just have to do some Cracklegasms. I got one from, did we do Belgraves last week? Did we do Belgraves? Let's do Belgraves again. If we didn't do Belgraves last week, let's do Belgraves. It's a little... You know, I'm going to describe this as crunchy. it's kind of like it's this. We got the same crackle, Belgrave. Did I decide that we had the same crackle? Yeah, we got the same crackle there, Belgrave. Oh, it's the Vapefly Lindworm. Oh, Geek Vape Nano 2. Oh, the Lindworm. I have a... Maybe I don't. I was keeping a picture of the Lindworm somewhere in here because we rocked it on a vlog like above the logo one time. In fact, we should probably put guava jelly back over here. You know, since Deep Cuts is an official sponsor. Boom. MTVD brought to you by Deep Cuts. Okay, I don't have the Lindworm anymore. We did also decide I had the same crackle. Well, then if nothing else, I guess I'm consistent, right? If nothing else, I guess I'm consistent. But don't worry, there's more. We got Mr. Mops. Mr. freaking Mops. There it is. Couldn't find his email. Sean, Mr. Mops. Hello, Mr. Mops here. I thought I'd send a Cracklegasm. Using the Dead Rabbit MTL version 2. It is still the best MTL out there. Keep those wicks wet, Mr. Mops, a.k.a. Sean. All right, Mr. Mops. Well, you know this is going to be a good crackle. You know this is going to be a good crackle.
What's up, Vaping crew? Mr. Mops back.
Mr. Mops.
I have Dead Rabbit version 2 MTL.
Yeah, Mr. Mops.
Peace and love.
Hell yeah, Mr. Mops. Peace and love to you. Good crackle. This is a wickedly high quality crackle.
I have Dead Rabbit version 2 MTL.
That's really good. That's really good. Mops. It sounds crunchy out of the just by itself, but on the vape down, it is a dignified crackle. On the vape down though, listen to that. I want to vape that so bad. I gotta get some crackle like that again in my life. I've been without crackle for too long. Dude, Mr. Mops, that is kind of an unbelievable crackle. That's kind of an unbelievable crackle. Did I really only have 3 tonight? Oh, no. I got one more. I got Michael L. I got 2 more, actually. Michael L. writes in, excuse my old man blanket. It's cold in PA. And P.S. Face Meets DIY corny sounds delightful, and I'd give my left arm to try it. Have a great day. Thanks for what you do for the hobby side of vaping. Hell yeah. Michael, with your Pennsylvania blanket, I can't make this any bigger. All right. Pennsylvania blanket, Michael. It's pretty snappy. Vape down, though. It's a little bubble wrappy, isn't it? There's a sizzle in the background, and then it's a little bubble wrappy. Yeah, it's crispy. Caretaker, it is crispy. It's Moops. Oh no. No. It's the Moops. The vape through is less impressive, I think, on this one than Rice Krispies with milk. K-Man, that's not bad. Yeah, see? Face meat. He's putting it out there. Michael, you can just DM him. He'll send you the recipe. Listen, this is solid showing. Solid showing. Solid showing, Michael. Solid showing. The vape down isn't quite as impressive as that initial crackle. And it is crackly. It's crispy. It's got like bubble wrap vibes. Yeah, Rice Krispie with milk vibes. That's a perfect way to describe it. Okay, and then I got one more here from ye old proud Canadian who says, here's my Cracklegasm. Hope it works. And this is my first, and I know it's on a drag 3, but that's me. Okay, listen, proud Canadian. I got nothing but love for you. It's coil head. Here's the thing. That is definitely just a sizzle hiss from a coil head. But you know what, proud Canadian? Listen to the crackle at the very beginning. Tell me that's not a little bit of crackle. It is. That's undeniable. That's undeniable. There is a little bit of crackle right at the very beginning. Listen, proud Canadian, it's a valiant effort, you know? It's a bold move to use the coil head for crackle, but you can undeniably hear a little crackle. It's like two little tiny pops, and you can see one stream of vapor like jettison right out of the top of the drip tip. That fits the criteria for a Cracklegasm. Yeah, if you could invent a sub-ohm crackle coil head, it wouldn't be able to be mesh though. Damn, Marky Boy, that's actually a really good idea. I should write that down. Wonder if I could pitch that. Wonder who would be down to produce a coil head like a Vupu or Vapresso compatible coil head that were like, you know, the little rattlers or something like that. Make it really crackly on the inside. It would have to be wire. It'd have to be round wire on the inside, but I don't know how you get a round wire to have crackle. You might be able to put... No, I don't think so. I used to prefer round wire coil heads to mesh coil heads as well. All the time back in the day. Mops. Mr. Mops. Mr. Mops is definitely the winner today. Let's give it another run through.
What's up, Vaping crew? Mr. Mops back. I have Dead Rabbit version 2 MTL.
There's something about that Dead Rabbit MTL. Should I make a rule like no more dead rabbits? We only have 175 entries so far. So...
I have MTL.
Yeah, maybe I have to say no more Dead Rabbit MTL RTAs. No more Boros. It's too crackly. It's too crackly. It's too easy to make a crackle. It's too easy. But, you know what? Send them in. Send them in. If you have a crackle that you think we should all hear, send it to me. Nick@GrimmGreen.com. Just mark your subject Cracklegasm. Additionally, if you have any pictures of your gear, desk checks, shelf checks, hand checks, I want to see them. I want to see your vapes. I want to see your mods. I want to see your bangers. I want to see your beater mods. I want to see the high-end stuff you never touch. You only polish it. I want to see it all. I want to see them. Send them over to me. I love some good vape porn. Nick@GrimmGreen.com. Just mark it assignment, whatever, assignment planet globe. I think you could kind of say anything in the description now, or, in the subject line. It doesn't matter. I'll see it. I'll kind of know what it is. You could send a combination assignment planet globe cracklegasm. All I do is look for attachments, honestly. That's all I do is I search for attachments. Janine still wins. It is weird that we do already have a very clear and distinct winner in this competition, but we're still going. It's a fight for second place right now. It's a fight for second place. That's what I would say. Yeah, 174 of these are dead rabbits. That could be true. That could be true. I just wanted you to see the puff counter on my mod. I used an excuse for a cracklegasm. It was 2.5 months ago and no dice. 2.5 months ago? You sent one in, K-Man? All right. I'll keep an eye out. I'll go look for that. K-Man. Really, 2.5 months ago? 2.5 months ago. Frank, yeah, Frank's got second place. Some of those RDA crackles that you sent, Frank, have been pretty bussin'. We'll see. It's gonna be voted. We're gonna vote. Second place, yeah. Second place is the first loser. You sent me a new one, Frank. Where'd you send it? Now it's time to do a little thing called the coolest thing I saw all week. Yeah. If I could find the bumper, that's what we're gonna do. Oh, you sent it to Instagram? Okay. I'll check it. You're in for a treat. This is the coolest thing I saw all week. I don't know if you're ready for the coolest thing I've seen all week. I don't know if you're ready. Hang on. I might have had two. Okay. I might have had two. Hang on. I definitely have one. Actually, I don't even need two. What am I doing? All I need is one. This is literally the one single coolest thing I've seen all week. My good buddy from high school, Jim. Old Jim. I love Jim. Me and my buddy Jim. My buddy Jim and I. That's what I always used to say. My buddy Jim and I. He sent me a YouTube video. Yeah, this guy. Okay, he sent me a YouTube video that we're just going to sit and watch for the next 4 minutes. We're going to have a little bit of a vape break. We're just going to sit and chill for a second and watch this YouTube video. I don't think I'll get dinged for this on YouTube. I'm not actually too worried about it. Unless he deliberately goes after me. But my buddy Jim sent me to this YouTuber guy named Stuart. Look, Stuart is a national treasure, okay? Stuart has like 80,000 subs, and he does... We're just going to listen to a song for 4 minutes. This film strip day. Everybody have a vape break. I'm going to have a vape break. We're going to listen to the coolest thing I've seen all week, which is Stuart does his acoustic cover of Iron Maiden's Wasted Years. And it's like, just chill. I'm going to turn my mic down. This is the coolest thing I've seen all week.
Coast of gold across the 7 seas, I'm traveling on far and wide, but now it seems I'm just a stranger to myself and all the things I sometimes do. It isn't me but someone else. I close my eyes and think of home. Another city goes by in the night. Ain't it funny how it is? You never miss it till it's gone away. And my heart is lying there and will be till my dying day. So understand, don't waste your time always searching for these wasted years. Face up, make your stand, realize you're living in the golden years. Too much time on my hands, got you on my mind. Can't seem to ease the pain so easily. When you can't find the words to say, it's hard to make it through another day. And it makes me wanna cry, throw my hands up to the sky. So understand, don't waste your time always searching for these wasted years. Face up, make your stand, and realize you're living in the golden years. So understand, don't waste your time always searching for these wasted years. Face up, make your stand, and realize you're living in these golden years.
Dude. I'm sorry, Del. I'm sorry. That was not my intention. This is just the coolest thing I've seen all week. Stuart Clifford, you guys. I don't know. You know, it's like... What, does he say anything at the end?
Brilliant song from Iron Maiden.
Brilliant song from Iron Maiden. Brilliant song from Iron Maiden. Hey, yeah, how do you make a legendary song even more nostalgic sounding? This is the greatest. I think this is a better cover than like Johnny Cash covering Hurt. Like this is so good. He's so good. And it's so like wholesome. And I want to hang with Stuart. And I know we could hang because he's an Iron Maiden fan. You know, we'd still be totally cool. Funny thing is, this guy's younger than Iron Maiden now. Bruce Dickinson. This guy's younger than Bruce Dickinson, which is wild. Actually, I don't think that's real. This was just, I mean, for real, you guys, the coolest thing I've seen all week. I've listened to that song a few times, and I'll put it in the chat. I'll put it in the description. Stuart Clifford. I know this isn't Instagram bands, but that was some high-quality ass Iron Maiden Wasted Years covering. You see that sick-ass banjo in the background? Exactly. And you know he can play it like a demon, too, you know? You just go, Stuart, what do you know on the banjo? He's like, oh, okay. And then melts your face. That's exactly what's going to happen. Stuart, Stewart, you guys. Hell yeah. Stewart, Iron Maiden, Wasted Years. What a good cover. What a good ass cover. I think that's the only coolest thing I saw all week. We did that. We did this. We did that. Yeah, I think that's all. Unless, did you happen to see this? No, we're not going to do that this week. That's all. That's the coolest thing I saw all week. We're trying to keep this vlog a little bit shorter, but that was, how great was that? That was so sick. For real, K-Man, right? For real. Stewart gets it. Stewart understands music and art and, you know, taking a song and making it your own. That's not an Iron Maiden song anymore. That's a Stewart song. That is his song now. Try understand. Living in those wasted years. Just makes me really want to listen to Iron Maiden. Ultimately, I'd rather just listen to Iron Maiden. You know what? Here's the thing. Let's just do this. Let's just do this right now. We're going to swap these around. I'm not super in the mood for it, but we're still going to do it anyway. Oh, here, hang on. Let me show you one more coolest thing I saw this week. This one's really, really fast. What was happening? Let me show you the other coolest thing I saw this week. You remember a few weeks ago, there was oh, Stewart, still playing. Okay, hang on, Stewart. Hang on, buddy. Yeah, what else does he sing? Eagles cover, Led Zeppelin cover, Beatles cover, Clapton cover. Lots of Iron Maiden covers. John Denver cover? You know that's going to be good. Lots of Iron Maiden covers. Do you remember this? Okay, sorry, I'm jumping all over the place. But do you remember this? New study on vaping, and it's serious. We talked about this a few weeks ago. If you know someone who vapes, send this to them. A major scientific review analyzing over 100 studies has found that nicotine-based e-cigarettes are likely to cause lung and oral cancer, even when looked at on their own, not just compared to smoking. This turned out to be, a bunch of hogwash, just a whole load of malarkey. And I saw this posted on Facebook, and I thought, oh man, what do you think the comments are like underneath that post? Honestly, better than you would expect. Better than you would expect. Tell that to my customer who was in stage 4 lung cancer due to smoking, started vaping, and went into remission a couple months later. 92 likes. I'm vaping reading this. 135 likes. I never felt better, to be honest. The question was never about being harmless. It was about being less harmful, and I would never even consider the black market Chinese vapes to be part of the conversation. It feels like people aren't falling for the grift anymore. It feels every time I see some sort of negative news, whether it's just a picture on Instagram or on Facebook, it feels like people just aren't falling for it anymore. You know, some people are like, oh yeah, in other news, brought to you by Philip Morris. I've been vaping for almost 7 years. My lungs are clear as day. 74 likes. The pro-vaping comments are getting more likes than the anti-comments reading while vaping. And the whole thread was like that. I think people aren't falling for it anymore. I think now we've been spoon-fed so much hogwash about vaping and nicotine over the years that I feel like even normies, like non-vape, non-smoker, non-tobacco people aren't falling for this kind of stuff anymore. When they say, well, did you know that vaping actually causes eyeball cancer? You didn't know that? People aren't falling for it, man. People aren't falling for it, you know? And I think that's good. I think that's a good thing. You report those for sharing false information. Yeah, I've noticed that Facebook does kind of have a little bit of a slight community notes thing to it. You can report stuff, and Instagram has rolled out a little bit of like a community notes type of factual information, you know, on certain things. It's only on certain things. It's all over the place on Twitter X, all over the place. No more hoodwinking. And that's the bummer part, Corporate Jason, is I'm going to try, like I have tried my whole life, to not be hoodwinked. I don't like being hoodwinked. Nobody does, you know? But it happens sometimes. And I know that I have not been hoodwinked for the last time, and I know it's going to happen again despite all of my best efforts. So yeah, I'm going to try no more hoodwinking, but I kind of just know it. I kind of just feel it's going to happen at some point, you know? But with that said, I have no intentions to hoodwink you. We're only going to be discussing facts. So let's jump into it. I've got a whopper of some news. What are we doing here? What even is this? FDA's guidance on enforcement? This is it's kind of a weird little thing. It's not as cut and dry and straightforward as FDA authorizing some mango and blueberry age-verified Bluetooth biometric pods onto the market. That's what everybody was considering a really big win, but I think this is a much bigger thing that is happening right now. Oh, you can submit community notes on Facebook now? Oh, that's sick, Steve-O. Everybody should be doing that. Janine, what up? I've noticed a truckload of garbage posts on Facebook with many people commenting that they know the post is crap. Yeah. I feel like they went too far. I feel like there were a few years of like really healthy misinformation and disinformation where people would just, if it was in a catchy picture with some text from like pop culture news source, you could just see it and everyone goes, oh, this is true. This is true. I believe this. Now, I think that's happened so many times to so many people, the stuff that turned out to be nonsense, that I think people are like Jason now. They don't want to be hoodwinked. I think too many people have been getting too hoodwinked for too long that now we're creating a whole generation of skeptics, and I love it. I am absolutely here for it. And the important part, I've been skeptic my entire life, well, with the exception of about a decade, but we're not going to talk about that. And part of healthy skepticism is skeptical. Be skeptical of everything, but don't be skeptical of facts. Like, I'm not skeptical of the scientific method. I'm skeptical of what comes out of the scientific method, but I'm not skeptical of the scientific method itself because that's how you find truth. It's self-correcting. So I'm not skeptical of empirical science. When they say smoking cigarettes causes lung cancer, you go, yes, we have like 100 years of accumulative empirical data definitely showing that smoking causes lung cancer. There's no need to be skeptical of smoking causes lung cancer, So it's important to be skeptical, but it's also important to be able to recognize facts, and recognize truths and evidence when they're presented to you. Yeah, vape. Yeah, I agree, Jim. Vape policy malfeasance has radicalized so many people. Me. Me. I have been, I don't know if anybody had met GrimmGreen in like 2011, 2012, before all of this vaping stuff, before I was really keeping tabs on what FDA was doing, before I was really keeping tabs on regulatory stuff. I was like a completely different person. I was a very, kind of mostly apolitical person. I'm sure I had some things that I liked and I believed, and I didn't really associate with a lot of the duopoly at that time, I was kind of just 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Well, it was just the world and politics, and it's all fine, and it's all, we vote and things. Watching the FDA and the CDC and Congress vilify and demonize and stigmatize and sometimes just bold-faced lie about vaping, immediately radicalized. Vaping has radicalized me like nothing else ever has. Not even as much as a grape soda Olipop, I mean, this radicalized me a little bit, but not like vaping. So what's going on here? We got enforcement guidance. What does that even mean? What's enforcement guidance? You don't know? I don't know either, but we're going to discuss it. I actually do know a little bit. I spent today trying to really dig in deep despite spending a lot of time on Twitter X there. FDA issues guidance on enforcement priorities for unauthorized ends and nicotine pouch products. Look at this. Look at this word salad. Do you think I'm going to read this whole thing? FDA is committed to combating illicit tobacco products in this country. The illicit market undermines the regulatory framework and puts consumers at risk from the products that haven't undergone scientific review. The illicit market undermines the regulatory framework. The regulatory framework is what created the illicit market in the first place. Right? I mean, I'm not wrong there. The regulatory framework of the FDA is what has allowed illicit disposables to proliferate across the United States. And then they're saying that the illicit market undermines our regulations, but the illicit market is a direct response to your regulations. No, okay, FDA. FDA continues to implement an aggressive strategy to stop illegal imports, unlawful tobacco products by focusing on the most deceptive and dangerous products. Sure. The worst actors. Sure. And egregious conduct related to illicit ends and nicotine pouch products that failed to comply with basic pre-market authorization requirements. Basic PMTA stuff, you guys. Basic. They make it sound like it's like just a one-sheet application you fill out where you're just like checking boxes like, is this light on fire? No. So simple little PMTA. You know what I mean? Including counterfeit products and misdeclared products, FDA will prioritize these efforts and continue working hand in hand with other federal agencies, including Department of Justice, Customs Border Protection, and others to seize and destroy illegal products at our borders to prevent these products from ending up on the shelves in the hand of underage users. In support of this priority, on May 8th, FDA issued enforcement priorities for certain new tobacco products marketed without a pre-market tobacco authorization. What the hell ass does that even mean? I have notes. I took 1,000 notes today from reading this, reading things, reading the Vaping 360 that Jim McDonald did, reading all across Twitter. Basically, this is a portion, pages of notes. Basically, this is a slight little stay of execution for a large group of PMTA applicants waiting in the PMTA process. And that kind of sounds like a good thing. FDA is basically announcing, quietly announcing that they have failed. They're basically quietly announcing that they have failed. This is not full legalization of vaping. This isn't a policy reversal. This isn't a PMTA, reform. The FDA isn't suddenly pro-vaping. The FDA has realized that they've failed. And to me, this feels a little bit too little too late. A little bit too little too late. This was happening as McCary resigned. In fact, I don't know that this has anything to do with McCary. This has to do with the new acting head of the Center for Tobacco Products. Do you remember that when Brian King got fired and we're like, smell you later, Brian King. And then Brian King went to work for Campaign for Tobacco-Free Kids and we're like, oh, you. And then we got an acting interim head of the Center for Tobacco Products, Brett Koplow or Koplow. I'm not sure how people are saying it. I don't know how he says it. Yeah. But it's Koplow, something like that. He's the head of the news. He's the new temporary head of the Center for Tobacco Products. And this is coming directly from them. This is coming directly from them. It honestly feels like it's a little too little too late. This is a clear sign that not only has the FDA failed, but their regulatory policy, their scorched earth regulatory policy has completely failed. Illicit vapes have exploded everywhere. There's a tremendous PMTA backlog. They say that the PMTA application backlog that they have is unmanageable. They're unmanageable. Yeah, unmanageable. I underlined it. They said that their PMTA backlogs are unmanageable. When they first started getting millions and millions and millions and millions of PMTAs, you remember the fatal flaw? Yeah, the fatal flaw where millions and millions and millions of PMTAs got marketing denial orders. That plays into this. That plays into this as well. For years, almost my entire career, FDA has said that authorization is the only thing that matters. If you're not authorized, if you don't have an authorized PMTA, you are not legally allowed to be on the market. And for a while, nothing was authorized, which means nothing on the market was legal. And then they got a flood of PMTAs, ended up authorizing a handful of products from Big Tobacco, and then used the fatal flaw rule, which was, this was discussed all the way to the Supreme Court, the fatal flaw rule, to deny millions and millions of applications. Millions and millions of applications. And they're basically saying now, look, we can't enforce our way out of this. We've made a huge mess, and we can't enforce our way out of it, So what this is saying, what all of this is saying, this guidance on enforcement is saying is essentially if you, a manufacturer, vendor, whatever, importer, I guess, if you have a PMTA application that you've submitted and it's been accepted by the FDA, they're not going to necessarily enforce down on you. It's one of those cases of, well, at least they're trying to do the right thing. They're trying to do a PMTA. It's not their fault that this is taking so long. So while that company has a PMTA application actively accepted, we're not going to enforce down on them. They can continue to sell their products. We're not necessarily going to enforce down on them. They're going to enforce down on bad actors. They're going to enforce down on Chinese illicit disposables. They're going to enforce down on all sorts of stuff. But there's a small section of independent vape products that is now not going to get enforced on. And this is literally just a luck of the draw situation. If someone was an early PMTA submitter, when the PMTA deadlines, remember back in the day, if you were first and you were early and you're like, we're responsible, we are a responsible company, here, hello FDA, here's our PMTA application, here's a couple millions of dollars, we await your decision. If you got in on the ground floor, you got screwed. They fatal flawed you. You got a marketing denial order. So if you were responsible and first in the gate, now you're screwed. But if you submitted a PMTA after the deadline in this weird little window where your PMTA got accepted but not denied or approved, then you get to stay on the market. And the other people who went before you and then got denied, if they want to stay on the market, they have to submit another PMTA application to the tunes of millions of dollars, and hopefully it gets accepted, and then in that case, they could stay on the market. So Vapetasia, Triton Distribution, it is my understanding that they sued the FDA all the way to the Supreme Court because of their marketing denial order. So that means that in this situation, under this guidance on enforcement, Vapetasia would have to reapply through the PMTA pathway to the FDA and then have their application accepted in order to legally be on the market. Is that where does this get us? Where does this get us? It gets us to a bunch of liquids, I'm assuming that are liquids. It gets us to a bunch of liquids that are in regulatory limbo. They've been accepted by the FDA, but they haven't been authorized or denied. FDA also said they're not going to enforce down on these products. So we have a bunch of liquids now that are legal at a federal level, but still can't be mail ordered through the mail, and still can't be sold in any vape shops in a state with a PMTA registry bill, because the state's PMTA registry bills are more strict than this new FDA federal guidance. How did the FDA mess this up so royally? It's like it took effort. It's like they tried to mess up the industry and mess up the marketplace as thoroughly as they could. And I kind of think they're succeeding. And I think it's insane. This is the most insane part to me, was that scenario that I just went over where, yep, meet the old boss, same as the new boss. We do have a new acting head of the FDA, which we're going to talk about in just a second. Being held by customs. Yep, F the FDA. F the FDA. I'm working on my Mitch Zeller impression. F the FDA. So this is a weird spot. And even if the FDA is softening their enforcement on some of this stuff, it doesn't change much. Where does that leave us? It doesn't change much. They're just not going to enforce on some products that are waiting a PMTA. Great. Can I buy them online and have it mailed to me? No? Okay, great. Can I go to a vape shop and purchase these products? No? Okay, great. Where does that leave us? It leaves us with a bunch of legal products that we can't technically buy? What? What? So even if they're softening their enforcement on this stuff, the overall structure of the PMTA pathway is still wildly in favor of big tobacco companies. It's still wildly in favor of large corporations that can afford the $3+ million application fees. This isn't lasting change. This feels like a blip. This feels slightly temporary, although I'd like to not believe that, but it feels a little bit slightly temporary. It's still the PMTAs. It's still millions of dollars. It's still, what are you supplying? Cohort studies and longitudinal studies and randomized controlled trials and all of these things to make sure that no youth will ever use your product. It still shuts out the independent vapor market completely. Still, that hasn't changed. Nothing's changed about that. Glass got authorized, but that doesn't help independent vapor in any way. These products got a stay of execution, but that doesn't really help independent vapor in any way, because you still can't buy them on the internet and have it mailed to you or go to your vape shop because of the PMTA registry bills. Thank you, RJR International, that are in, I think, every state now. So I just don't know. I don't know where this leaves us. Yeah, I wrote down that the FDA has treated independent vapor companies like enemies for the last 10 years, shutting them down, putting them out of business while illicit disposables flood the country. And the companies who tried to play by the rules of insane costs and impossible timelines and super secret little new rules that you didn't know about, all those companies are just getting absolutely shafted right now. Not only were you denied, not only did you apply and get denied, but now you can't even be on the market unless you reapply because our bad, because we couldn't get through all these PMTA backlogs. This is a rare case of institutional failure being acknowledged by the institution. Institutional failure being recognized by the institution. It's just such a very rare thing. Let's see if I had any last notes on here that are worth anything. Yeah, the actual products allowed on the market honestly doesn't change super much. I'm assuming that all of these products are liquid bottles. And where does that get us? It gets us kind of nowhere. It gets us kind of nowhere because the PMTA registry bills are more strict than this federal guidance. None of this fixes the PMTA process. The FDA aren't suddenly pro-vaping. The FDA aren't suddenly the good guys. None of this changes that. It's still F the FDA. We need actual change. We need congressional change. We need judicial change. We need a different PMTA pathway. That's the only acceptable outcome is congressional or judicial change to the PMTA process. Without that, this is just whatever, a little bit of a stay of execution. We've experienced this before. You know, we experienced this in 2019 when all of flavored pods got banned, and then they backed off at the last minute and said, well, flavored liquids, those aren't going to be banned. And then the next administration just came in and banned everything anyway. We're used to a little bit of a stay of execution. But this ultimately, I don't see this getting us really anywhere or moving the needle in any way because the PMTA needs to change. That's the part that needs to change, and we need Congress to do that. Or the SCOTUS, you know? Gunny. Sell fucking boner pills. Yeah, Gunny. My heart goes out to you. I think about you all the time when I was reading through this. Poor Gunny was working in a straight up vape shop down in South Carolina, North Carolina, one of the Carolinas. And then over time, his straight up vape shop has morphed into boner pills. Because of the FDA. Deliberately, directly because of the FDA. What's this last thing I wrote down? Yeah. Here's the thing. In closing, there might be more liquids available from somewhere. There are a lot of manufacturers now that are in regulatory limbo that can't necessarily sell their products in any meaningful capacity, but also aren't getting denied. They're not getting denied by the FDA. They're also not getting authorized by the FDA, but they're not getting denied either. And during this time, FDA is like, this is just too much work. This is just way too much work. We can't do all this. We can't have people sitting and authorizing PMTAs all day long. We can't do all this work. I think the FDA has realized that they can't enforce their way out of this. They can't regulate their way out of this. They can't regulate away tobacco harm reduction. They can't regulate away vaping. We've talked about this so many times, but the cat's out of the bag. The cat's out of the bag. They're not regulating their way out of this. They're not enforcing their way out of this. It is the most convoluted, clusterfucky thing. You know, a few years ago, you could have asked me about the FDA, and I would say, well, they're really botching this hard. They are really screwing this up really difficult. I don't think it could get any worse. It's worse. It somehow got more botched, more convoluted, more... And what message does that send to manufacturers? We know we denied your shit before. Sorry that you spent $3 million and then got a marketing denial order, but you're more than welcome to reapply again. We can, toss us a couple more $3 million. It's no big deal. If you do that, we'll leave you in regulatory limbo where you can't sell your products anyway, but at least it's not illegal. At least it's not illegal. It feels like something has shifted at the FDA. It feels like something... Even in just their mindset, in like their way of thinking, it seems like they're being a little bit louder now about the relative risks of these tobacco products. I've heard Brett Koplow say some pretty nice things about vaping as it stands for tobacco harm reduction. He lost someone close to him, his dad, his grandfather, uncle, something like that, to smoking. And so he understands. He understands people dying of completely preventable diseases. Could be a good thing. I'm not sure. You know what I always say when someone tells you something you want to hear, be twice as skeptical. And I am, let's call it three to four times as skeptical about the new people coming into FDA than I was about the old people leaving the FDA. And we have a new head of the Center for Tobacco Products as well now. Yeah, but you can have it. Yeah, you can have it, but don't touch it ever. A lot of liquid manufacturers shut down because they didn't have the money for the first PMTAs. Fuck this dumb shit. Yeah, and now they want to re-enter your PMTAs. Dude, I know. It's the most frustrating. Could you imagine being a liquid manufacturer and you go, you guys, we can afford a PMTA. Let's do it. Let's hire this lawyer. Let's hire this, this consultant. We're gonna get these applications all done, and we're gonna get our science lined up, and it's gonna take everything we have in the company. But we got this $3 million for a PMTA, and then you submit it, and then a few months later, you're just marketing denial ordered, and then 2 years later, they're like, well, you can reapply again and maybe get on the market, but you won't be able to sell your stuff anywhere. That's not helping small businesses. That's not saving small businesses. That is, like a lot of the things the federal government does, a big slap in the face, a huge slap in the face of every vape manufacturer that was trying to do it correctly. What message does that send? Next time, I'm not going to try to do it correctly. Maybe next time I'll just keep my products away from the FDA. Maybe next time I'll just start selling my liquid on Facebook. Maybe next time I'm not even going to bother playing by the rules. F. Koplow? Okay. Well, I wasn't sure if we were F'ing him yet or not. I assumed that time would tell us if we were going to F. Koplow or not. Jim's preemptively saying F. Brock Koplow. There was, I posted a Twitter post. Where the hell ass did it go, damn it? Yeah, this one. Anyone got a beat on, this is the new head of FDA? The new temporary head of FDA? Kyle Diamantas? I said, has anyone got a beat on Kyle Diamantas? Koplow was out for all of that and didn't say shit. Regulator's going to regulate, Regulator's going to regulate. Yep. Dickie Mo. See, Dickie Mo, you make an excellent point where you say you walk into the GNC store and almost everything in that store has not been evaluated by the FDA. Yes, that's one of the weird components of this is some industries, like the supplement industry, live in this gray area where it's like, we can say some certain things about health, but we can't say too much because it's not been evaluated by the FDA. The FDA is aware of us, but they haven't said we can't sell this on the market. So we're just kind of going to exist in this weird gray area of making slight health claims, but not enough to upset the FDA because they'll enforce down on us. But if we stay in this weird gray area where we've submitted stuff to the FDA, but they haven't said yes or no yet, and we can kind of keep selling stuff, industries have existed in limbo like that for years and 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 years. And entire lifetimes of companies have been spent in the weird regulatory gray area. And that's not where I want vaping to sit. I don't want us to be in there. I want congressional change. I want judicial change. I want the truth to get out. Diamantas is a 38-year-old turkey hunting bunny of Donald Trump Jr., corporate food lawyer. Okay, I didn't know that. This one guy, this guy, I didn't understand this little back and forth I had with this guy. David, this guy follows me, so I followed him back. MD, PhD. I don't know who this guy is, but he is a huge cheerleader of Diamantas. I know him personally, admired him for a long time. Nicest guy on earth, solid leader, and knows a lot, but also knows when to lean on people who know more. Valuable trait, exceptional choice. So I said, I love all that. How are his views on harm reduction, more specifically for cigarette smokers? Huh? And that's where it ended. I didn't want to just go, how are his views on harm reduction more specific? Like, what do you want me to do? Ask the question twice? What do you mean? You don't understand what I'm talking about? He's like, huh? What do you mean? What are his views on harm reduction? Huh? if you know him personally and you've admired him for a long time and you know he's a great leader, and you know that he has all these valuable traits of leaning on people when they need to know more, and he's an exceptional choice, and ask you one question about his views on harm reduction, you give me a question mark back, that doesn't instill a lot of faith. That doesn't instill a lot of faith at all. He's a perfect person. Okay, what does he think about harm reduction? What? What do you mean? I mean, what are his views on harm reduction as it relates to people who smoke cigarettes? Did I word it weird? Did I say it in a weird way? Catherine says that, yep, Don Jr.'s hunting buddy. I said I meant more along the lines of his qualifications. And if he's a man of science, not if he goes hunting with dipshits. That matters very little to me. I don't care if he's friends with Don Jr. I just want him to be a man of fucking science. That's all. And I feel like that's not a lot to ask. So I basically got nothing. I basically got nothing on this new guy except this. ProRepublica. That's where you go. Roles outside the government. Let's see. The data on this page. Final discovery. Pick for senior advisor. Commissioner of Food and Drug Administration, Health and Human Services, February 2025. It is part of a collection of thousands of ethics documents ProRepublica has been collecting from across the Trump administration. Great. They're required to disclose. Great. Jones Day. Okay. Employment assets. Okay. Let's see who he's worked with. Reynolds American. Okay, so there's some big tobacco in there. That's fine. Flower Foods, British American Tobacco. Okay. He's got some tobacco in there. That's fine. More RJR Reynolds. Legal services of RJ Reynolds. Okay, that's not that wild. He's worked with big tobacco sometimes. That doesn't necessarily mean, he's an attorney, so it doesn't necessarily mean that he's going to toe the line for RJ Reynolds necessarily. I'm trying to be positive. Paul, yes, FDA employees should be men and women of science facts. That's all they should be. That's all they should be as scientists. The head of the FDA should be a scientist, not a lawyer. The head of the Center for Tobacco Products should be a scientist, not a lawyer. What's his face? Our favorite guy, the FDA, Mitch Zeller. He was a lawyer. We should only have doctors or scientists at the head of the FDA and at the head of Center for Tobacco Products. So some Coke Industries, that sucks. Johnson & Johnson, sure. Other assets, BlackRock liquidity funds, sure. So I don't know anything about this guy. This doesn't tell me much. It doesn't tell me if he's a man of science. It doesn't tell me if he has a history with smoking or someone died in his family of smoking-related diseases and it's real personal to him and that's why he hates vaping because it's going to lead to smoking. What a wild time. What a wild time to be alive. We kill off our scientists. Yes, but only if you work for NASA. Did you hear a 15th scientist recently turned up dead? That's the 15th NASA scientist that's been unalived this year that they found dead. Don't you think that's weird? Isn't that weird? I sound like Joe Rogan. Whoa, that's weird. It would be nice to bring some integrity back to these offices of science. It would be nice to bring some science communicators who know how to talk to the public into these positions so that the woman that I was discussing vaping with, and I say that very kindly because she was just yelling at me, she was the most confused person I've ever met in my life, and all she was doing was reading the FDA's website. That's it. We were yelling at each other for the same thing. I'm like, we agree. Why are you being mad? We both agree. No one who doesn't vape shouldn't vape. Only cigarette smokers should switch to vaping to reduce the harm in their life. Like, what are we yelling about? And she's like, well, according to the FDA website, they're bad. And I'm like, it also says on the FDA website that they're good for smokers. That's the argument that I'm making. This woman was the most confused, and all she did was read the FDA website. That's how crystal clear FDA's messaging has been over the years. Not confusing at all. That woman, not confused. Everybody perfectly understands that vaping is awful and a life preserver for smokers, but also a detriment to youth, but also less harmful than smoking cigarettes, but also a new generation of nicotine addiction, but also, I wonder why people are confused, FDA. So bizarre. So bizarre. Diamantas. All right, well, we're going to keep an eye on this guy. We're going to keep an eye on Kyle. Listen up, Kyle. I've gotten to know every head of the FDA since I started doing this. Yeah, me and Gottlieb go way back. Which, by the way, Jim, if you're still here, I saw your back and forth with Gottlieb. That was spectacular, by the way. Spectacular. Me and Gottlieb go way back. Me and McCary go way back. Me and don't even remember the guy who was just before McCary. That guy. Doesn't even matter. He's done and gone. Doesn't even matter. Contributed nothing to the conversation. You bodied him. You bodied him hard. I was rooting for you. I was cheering you on, man. I was gonna chime in at one point, and then I went, no. Jim's got this. He's got this. He's bodying him. Califf, there it is. Yeah, Robert. Old Robert Califf. Got to know Robert Califf really well and all the things he said. So Kyle, I'm really looking forward to everything that comes out of your mouth. Every word that comes out of your mouth, I'm going to be hanging on. Can't wait to hear what you say about vaping, Kyle. Cannot wait to hear what you have to say about vaping. All right. Well, as I knock everything over off my desk twice, let's get out of newsland. Let's get out of the newsburg. Let's get out of Newstown. It's kind of like, what the hell is even going on? And I'm still very weirded out by my April 25th vlog where I said if something feels off, feels like things are changing, my spidey sense is tingling. Think about what happened in that time. Think about what's happened in the last 2 weeks. You know, RFK gets up there and says things about vaping in front of, in front of that committee meeting. And then FDA approves flavored glass authorizations, and then McCary resigns because of it, and then we get a new temporary head of the Center for Tobacco Products, and then we get a new temporary head of the FDA, where now the FDA is saying, we obviously can't do anything we said we were going to do. We're not going to be able to go through all of these PMTAs. So while they just sit here in a pile, you guys can keep selling wherever you can. Just not online, can't mail it, and not in any vape shops because of the PMTA registry bills. I'm sure you guys understand. Mission accomplished, FDA. Vaping saved, lives saved. In the most backward-ass, convoluted, bureaucratic way possible. Woo! They seem to not be lasting long. Yeah, you know what? It is time for that.
F the FDA. F the FDA.
Remix.
F the FDA.
So, you know me, I'm going to be following the FDA and McCary's resignation and the new guys. We're going to be talking about Brett. We're going to be talking about Kyle. It's going to be great. We got some wild times ahead of us. So anyway, let's get out of news. Let's leave the news. Let's leave the news in the news. Let's leave the news on Twitter X, Let's leave that there. And what I would really like to do right now, hang on, can't quite find the button.
F the FDA.
GrimmGreen reviews a vape thing that he's never even tried before. Uh-oh. And then, why does this keep playing? If you have a YouTube video open on any tab, apparently, and you press spacebar anywhere on the computer, your YouTube tab will just start playing music. I didn't know that. I was unaware of that. But here, let's do some retro vaping, you guys. We got some retro vapes. I don't think there's going to be a mystery box tonight. Just don't. In fact, let's hydrate. Dude. What? I don't even have a water bottle. I don't even have a water bottle. I don't even have a water bottle. Didn't line it up. Didn't line it up. Hang on. Didn't line it up. And it was kind of empty. It was mostly empty. KJ, raw hit, tre, KJ, Paul, Brett, Brett, Miss Bagpipes, Brett, K-Man, KJ, J Logan, Raw hit, Marky boy, Brett, Kith, Enoch, Brett, Raw hit, Brett, Morani, and then KJ, and then the unknown goat. You know, we're gonna hydrate with Squid as we do. Let's race, Squid. You and me. Let's go, man. Huh. Yeah, you keep up. You can't keep up. Squid! Oh, that was actually kind of close. Can't keep up. Can't keep up with Squid. All right. Let's get a new poll here going here. New poll. No, okay, I can't do that. It'll be cheaper. And there's a poll in the chat right now. Keep in mind, there is no mystery box. Hey now. Of course, my piece of shit, fucking stupid piece of shit camera doesn't want to be a fucking piece of shit camera. What? Oh, okay. Let's time check. Yeah. Okay, there it is. There it is. I don't know why that one's backwards, but I'm going to have to leave it backwards because that's how I set it down. Please vote. If you don't vote right now, you may not get to vote in the future. You may not get to vote in the future. What? Who was Gunny? Hell yeah, Gunny! Gunny! Gifting subs like a badass. You know what, Gunny? You can vape mesh whenever you want. You know? I got more the merrier. Let's just vape. Let's all vape mesh. You guys want to vape mesh? Gunny's gifting subs, so he's allowed to vape mesh now. What's up, Lucius? What's up, you Lucius lion? Chilling, man. We're doing some hot retro vaping action. In fact, you don't have any voting music going right now. And that's too loud, and I'm sorry. And I'm sorry. The pillow? Listen, I don't. It's this is up to you guys. This is up to you guys. Let's check the poll. Let's check the poll. Oh, three's ahead. No one's down for number 2. Is it the tiny little airflow holes? Is it because it looks like it's going to take a long time to build? Is that it? Is that what it is? I had a feeling. Number 1, or it'll be round wire. Oh, you don't know that. You don't know that. You don't know that. 1 and 2 are really fighting it out. In fact, 1 just took the lead by a bunch. That's it. 1. It's been decided. Unless number 3 can really make a big comeback in the next 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, thrice, twice. Number 1. Number 1 for the win. Okay, you guys go away. You guys go away. Next week it's just going to be this. That's next week's retro vaping. And then the week after that it's just going to be this. Be like, okay guys, vote. Okay, let's try to get on with this. This should be interesting. This is a brand new in the box. This is a brand new in the box. Does anybody know when this RTA came out? The original Geek Vape Griffin? Does anybody know? The one true Dirtle King? This is the original Griffin. The OG Griffin. The O Griffin. I'm going to see if I can find... "10 years ago. This is a 10-year-old RTA. Wow. And my video was the Aromamizer versus the Griffin. The Aromamizer versus the Griffin RTA 10 years ago. Where's the exact date? Does it have the date on here? January 26, 2016, dude. 2016? Well, here we are again with the Griffin 10 years later. This should be a top 10 RTA? You just saying that? How does this come out of here? Serenity now. Oh, I will get to use my... Remember to cut, always cut towards your hands, towards your vital organs if you can. Because then if you slip, you know, you get a free trip to the hospital. Well, free. What a banging... This is a dual coil? I say that about every RTA. Okay. Yo. This is going to have to be round wire too. This is going to have to be round wire too. Whoops, dangle clack. I don't see any other way around it. Oops, sorry, bigger dangle clack. Oops, sorry, bigger dangle clack. Okay. Look how tiny this deck is. It's going to have to be round wire. Look how tiny. Even if I had, I'm going to have to do like a 2 2 millimeter coils in here. For sure. For sure. Let's put it on the build stand. Because it's got 4 separate little like wick chambers, and look how tiny those are. You think a pair of top flights will fit in here? I think it's gonna have to be round wire. I think it's gonna have to be like a 2mm round wire, personally. 1.5mm round wire, maybe? Let's see. Yeah, we could probably put 2.5mm coils in here. But they're dinky coils. They're gonna have to be dinky. See, Paul F? You see what happens? You see what happens when you try to avoid round wire? Do you see what happens? You see, these are 3mm coils. I just want to give you an idea. I want to show you how big this looks. Some 3mm 2-core aliens, 3-core aliens. I guess I can unscrew the ends, huh? I just want to show you what this is going to look like, because it's not going to be pretty. That's too small. That's just right. Maybe some fancy ass coils will fit in here, but not these. It's too huge. A 3mm is too huge, especially to get cotton into these tiny little cups. They're so small. They're so small. That's a 3mm coil. It looks gargantuan in there. Gargantuan. But honestly, maybe a couple of little 2.5mm bangies might fit in here. We might not have to do round wire. If, that's an if. Everything's 3mm. What about these? I might have to add a wrap to this. But these Timmies, might fit in here. Yeah, buddy. I really hate to be the guy that messes with us. You think? I mean, hell. Yeah, buddy. You think? I mean, hell. All right, so we don't need to do round wire. You win this time, Paul. You win this time. But we'll be back. Adios, Bart. If you come back, you'll be pushing up daisies. Yeah, this will work. This will work. This will work. This will work. These are some 2.5mm Timmy's micro framed staple. And I can get these wicked close. Yeah. Oh, these are going to actually work really well, dude. It's a velocity deck, and it's going to come at the coil from the side, so it's probably going to twist it a little bit. But I think we can... Oh, stupid. Yeah, it's going to twist it hard. Always does. Come on, man. So they're just going to have some slightly twisted leads. I mean, it is a twisted Timmy's coil, so maybe it should have some twisted leads. Yeah, I mean... That's about as twisted as it's going to be on the sides. Do you see that? You see it coming out of there? Twisted. Twisted. Damn. That's what you get for a velocity style deck. I should have pre-twisted my leads. Although, even pre-twisting my leads, it would have looked like this to begin with. You know what, K-Man? I've not actually ever heard that, but we'll find out right now. Just do that right now. He said, I've heard Fraples in an RTA mute flavor. I've never done this, so is there any truth to that? I actually don't. I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think so. Yeah, there's like... I actually really like this deck. I wish it wasn't so tiny. Well, I knew that was going to happen. Just a wonk only install right now. Pure wonk. In fact, it's the soundtrack that's messing me up. Pure wonk. You know, it's not that bad. It is a little twisty. It's a little twisty at the tips. You can see it twisting to go in there, twisting to go in the bottom. But the coil itself, not horrific. I mean, there's clean coils in the middle, and then what? Like a little gap there, a little gap there. It's no big deal. No, it's Nick that is messing it up. I'm not messing up jack shit. I'm just kidding. Let me clip these leads. I most likely am. That's fine. It's kind of whatever. I'm going to Anthony Ramella real quick. Anthony Ramella, he's a hell of a fella. Anthony Ramella, now you do the thing. Dickie Mo? Shit. I'm gonna have to do this like this. Dickie Mo? Got it. Got him. Maybe you in here. One. These are barely like lead clips that need to be clipped. They're like just the tiniest little nubbins sticking out.
In fact, I don't think that can even be. Yeah, it's almost pointless to try to even clip these because they're so tiny. They're so tiny. It's like it makes them bigger when I clip them. It's literally like little wire shavings. Alright, well, that's as clipped as that's going to get. Which is to say, hella clipped. You can see the leads like poking out. They're barely clippable. Like, look at that wire sticking out. It's like that's not possible to clip. It's just going to have to sit there. It's just going to have to sit there. Oh, QHB. I'm sorry to hear that you're in a funk. That seems to be going around. I'll do my best. I'll try to do my best to unfunk you. Yeah, they won't touch anything but cotton. You know? .19? Now the real trick is going to be getting these to glow evenly. Are you kidding me? That's going to be the hardest part. Frame staples, especially with this, it's got to be 40 gauge on top, right? 42 gauge on top. Yeah. 42 gauge wire. I don't know if anybody here has ever built with 42 gauge wire, like a Clapton or an Alien or something like that. It's like trying to build with human hair. It's like nothing. It's like thread. But look how precise and tight these coils are. Super low wattage. There it is. Hey, not even a hot spot to be found. Look at that. Just glowy. Even with the wonk, those are glowing wildly evenly. I mean, even disregarding the wonk, that's a pretty clean install, and those are glowing evenly. Okay? Okay? Yeah, try 50 gauge? Get out of here, Pete. I don't think I could. I have a hard enough time building with like 40 gauge. I think the highest wire coil that Kent and I used during the build stream sessions was 38. I didn't think I went any higher than that. 28 gauge is the smallest core for anything. I feel like I'm playing with hair. Yeah, it totally does. It totally feels like you're playing with hair. It's weird. You ever do some real high gauge wire, like a build like 38 gauge cores with like 45 gauge, you know, clapped into over it? What's up, La Chapa? I didn't see you dip in there, La Chapa. These are glowing amazing. So we're going to put some cotton in here. I'm going to try to thin the wicks as best I can. Oh, we're getting our screen door fixed today, and that makes me so happy. Oh, man. This is going to be a lot of cotton. This is going to be too much cotton, dude. It already feels like too much cotton, dude. Dane T! Yo, Dane T. Good to see you. Not if we jam it. What do you mean wrap it? I could wrap it? You couldn't wrap it. Well, make up your mind, Drip. The Duchess's MTL coils are a 40 gauge core? That's baller. That's a baller move. That's hard to do. Let's see if we can. Speaking of hard, see, I think this cotton is too big. I
genuinely think this cotton is too big. Hang on. Okay, here we go. I actually have a tub of BP's 2.5 millimeter cotton that I think might work a little bit better. Yeah, oh, you can just tell. Yeah. I mean, that might have been a thing with my builds too, is like, I thought I was using 2.5 millimeter cotton, but it turns out I was using 3 millimeter cotton the whole time. And it's like, I'm thinning this out like crazy. Why doesn't it work?
You're using 3 millimeter cotton. Yeah.
I'm being precise with my cotton tonight, Tim. Yeah, you don't even know. Advocate for cotton wastage. Okay. It's 2 millimeters, 2.5 millimeters cotton pulled through. I'm not going to thin this. I'm not going to. I've decided against it for a couple of reasons. A, I don't want to. 2, I don't want to. 3, this is a 10-year-old RTA. You know what we weren't doing 10 years ago? Thinning cotton. That's a relatively recent advancement in the world of rebuildable vaping. Yeah, the Griffin doesn't need any. Yeah, the Griffin's, dude, it's going to flood on you. Now, each one of these. I'm going to cut these separately. Oh, I might have cut that too short. Might have cut that way too short.
Cotton wastage, watch out. There it is.
You should. Steve-O. You guys should have been thinning cotton 10 years ago in RTAs. No, here's the thing. No. It's because no one would thin cotton in an RTA 10 years ago, because the overwhelming consensus when RTAs first started like really getting out there into the market and getting popularized was they leak. Everything leaks. Everything leaks. Everything leaks. It's like, I can't vape that. It leaks. My RTA leaks. This RTA leaks if I set it down. This RTA leaks. So the idea of, thinning the cotton, that's like that. It's like, why would I make my RTA leak more? Oh, okay, maybe that is too long. Okay, I'm gonna trim this down a little bit. I felt like that was way too short on the other side, though. We'll get there. It's just a Griffin, I don't want phrasing to get mad at me, so I'm going to use the... I mean, okay. Yeah, see, this side's way too short. I hope that no reviewer back in the day said that this was like a breeze to wick. Oh yeah, it's so easy to wick. That's all I got. They're barely tucked in. They're just barely tucked in, and I hope that's enough. Okay. That's it. That's the ticket. They're tucked just barely. Just barely tucked. Just barely tucked. Let me give you the other view. Just barely tucked. Just barely tucked. What do you think the odds of this flooding are? I don't know. High? I'd say high to medium high. Let's just go with something, here you go. Nana pudding cake. Let's just do some Nana's pudding cake in here. For the inside, let's see, I'll try to do the hottest, drippiest action that I can. Oh, in fact, we can get drippier than that. Oh, yeah. What if we got even drippier somehow? Oh, yeah. That's what we're after. Beautiful, Clark. It's a thing of beauty. It's just really hard to do from this angle is all. Oh, didn't go into the airflow hole. Dude, that was like the coolest thing I've ever seen. Let's call that surface tension. You're vaping Deep Cuts Crisp right now? Marky boy. I'm a fan of that liquid. I'm a fan. Ready? It's happening. There's vapors happening. Oh, Nana's cream. Nana's pudding cake. I forgot how good that smells. That is a screenshot. Screenshot that, put it on Instagram. Hashtag vape porn. Oh, there's some little crackles happening, you guys. There's some crackles happening. Now, it's top fill, thankfully. I think this can just go together. Yeah, if I remember correctly, there was a juice flow control, right? Juice flow off. So we'll fill it with the juice flow off. I haven't picked out an era-appropriate device for this yet. Oh, wait, I do have one, actually. Let's go, Nana's pudding cake. This is a 22 millimeter tank too? Or am I wrong about that? .22 millimeters. That's wild. All right. Well, that means I can put it on this. This is an old school mod. This is an era appropriate device for this. Except it has a terrible chip in it. Oh no. Doesn't work anymore? Oh no. Damn. What a pisser. All right, well, I had a swoop. I had a swoop all ready to go. Does anybody remember the swoop box mod? Huh? Dual 18650s? The swoop? Had an SX board in there? All right, well, Valerian 4, you're going to get demoted. And we're going to put this on here. On the Therion. It's not era appropriate exactly, but, you know, what are you going to do? So I thread this down, and then I twist it, and all the juice flow should open up. All the juice flow, just for me. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Steam Crave side-by-side. It would actually fit perfectly on there. Let's go for it. It's a good call out. Good call. I just happen to have it right here. Not bad. It's not bad. Good call. Hell, I did. You know, it works. That totally works. What, are you kidding me? There's a little bit of a gap back there, but I think this works. 0.18, 55 watts. Let's just give it a go. Let's just give it a try. Cheers to the Geek Vape Griffin, which, you know, it wasn't horrible to build. It's a tiny little deck, and it wasn't horrible to wick, but it's just a tiny little deck that's kind of horrible to build and wick. Dude. It's not just holding up. It's not just holding up. This is good. This is good. I can't believe how much chuckification is going on right now. 0.18, 65 watts. Vaping. Flavor is good. Airflow is fine. Maybe a little bit slightly hollow feeling. But otherwise, top 10 RTA. Is it really a top 10 for you? This is vaping great. Genuinely great. Holy shit. Holy shit. We had peak vaping back in 2000. 16. We didn't even know it. We had the Geek Vape Griffin. Look at that honking monster bubble coming out there. Of course, it took 15 minutes to...
Well, maybe now you can see it.
Yeah. Oh, look at monster bubble. Oh, that's a big boy. That's a big boy. Yes. That's what you want to see. Open the juice flow all the way up. All the way up. I genuinely cannot believe how good this is vaping right now. 3 milligram. Yep. 3 milligram Mao's. Nana's pudding cake. It's not Nana's, it's Nana pudding cake. Banana pudding cake. This is legitimately, if I didn't know this was a vape from 10 years ago, this holds up. This holds up to any RTA that I've built. And I've been building RTAs like crazy every Tuesday all year long. This, if I could tier this, this is like an A tier RTA. I can't believe how good this is vaping right now. It almost vapes like a modern RTA. Chuckin', flavorful, a little bit warm. Oh, Paul F. Oh, I don't want you to be in really bad pain. Get better, buddy. Get better. I miss Mao's liquids. Yeah, I miss Mao's liquids. And obviously Mao. Yeah, obviously. And obviously Mao. Mao had some bangers, you know? I am blown away. I am Stanton Glance right now. I am befuddled. I can't believe this is keeping up and wicking and vaping and yeah, 10-year-old RTA. It holds up. If you have a Griffin, build it right now. Build it, vape it. Pretty sure you bought yours after watching my YouTube video back in the day. You made a good choice. You made a good choice. I hope I said nice things about this on the internet because this is good. Pete, you got to track one down. It's got to be easy to track down at this point. Yeah, look at that honking bubble. Oh! God, that's so satisfying. Oh, Ventura. What's going on, Ventura? Dude, the Griffin. The Griffin. The Griffin holds up. Unbelievable. I kind of can't believe that. I can't believe that. Yeah, I'm going to take this with me to a bio break real quick. I'll be right back. I can't believe how much I like this Stolen Time. Griffin, RTA, let's go. Dead Rabbit RTA version 2 was your first mouth to lung? Was your first RTA? Oh, I hope it was good. I hope you liked it. I love that RTA. Oh, what's up, Vate? Fancy seeing you here, Vate. The Griffin, Vate. Do you ever have a Griffin? Dude, the Griffin holds up. We just put these tiny little, maybe it's the coils that are really helping this along, but the Twisted Timmy's micro Fralians, micro framed staples, 30 gauge cores with 42 gauge over. They're beautiful looking coils. Beautiful looking coils. And they're vaping great. Chucking, hell yeah, Caretaker. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I like not steering people wrong. That's my favorite thing. I'm glad I didn't steer you wrong. How is the Griffin still this good? It's not even weird a little bit. Oh, I was just saying hi, Stolen Time. You didn't do nothing but be awesome. If you're asking what you did, I'm going to tell you be awesome. That's what you did, damn it. You were awesome. All right, I'm going to do some good housekeeping. We're going to what are we doing next? Where's my let's sing happy birthday. Sing happy birthday. Sing it. I'm burying you. Let's sing happy birthday. Does anybody have any birthday requests? I think I checked the here's a it's my Griffin RDA review from 2016, January 26, 2016. January 2016 marked the first year that I had done this full time. The first full year. January 2015 was essentially my go date of quitting my job and trying to be a YouTuber full time. And January 2016 marks my first year of being, you know, a YouTuber guy. What a weird times. Dude, look at this guy's comment. This comment is fueling me right now. Dude, your whole setup is fresh. Audio quality is awesome. Video quality is awesome. Review quality is awesome. Keep it up, man. Everything is just awesome. I can't believe I watched an 18-minute video without skipping past any parts. Let's go. That's like the biggest compliment I've ever received. Holy shit. I'm going to screen capture that. Save that for later. Hell yeah. That put a little wind in my sails, as they say. Birthdays? I heard there's some birthdays. Let me get to the birthday calendar. I should have done this earlier. That Griffin. The Griffin, you know? The Griffin. Jeremy V. Did we do Jeremy V last week?
Where's my pen?
Jeremy freaking V's birthday. Jeremy V rules. Looks like. Oh, what's first? Well, we could get fishy next week. We can get fishy. We'll get fishy not in this vlog. Oh no, we got to do fishy in QHB. We got to do fishy in QHB because there's no vlog next week. We got to do fishy in QHB because there ain't no vlog next week. Hell yeah. And I feel like I'm acting weird. Does anybody feel like I'm acting? I feel like I'm acting weird. I'm completely sober too. Not even a beer, not a shed time, not nothing. I'm just like, we'll goof off as much as we can. Yep, I got mom tones. Mom tones. Papa Stolen? Hell yeah, Papa Stolen. Let's go. Papa Stolen time. Hell yeah. Let's go. Yeah, no booze butter tonight. I did. I got mom tones. I wrote down mom tones. Breeze Tone's mom. Mom tones. You know? Mom tones? I thought that was pretty clever. You know? I thought that was pretty clever. JP Dooms? I got you, JP Dooms. I got you. We're not doing a vlog next week, so I got you this week. She's 70? Marky Boy Mom? I love that we sing happy birthday to people who may never ever see this happy birthday, you know? But still good. Still feels good, you know? JP Dooms. Oh, shit. Sup, guys? Lars, Metallica. 50. Nice. I'm going to get there. Sister Erica. Okay, Sister Erica. I'm just going to write Sister Erica. It's like the world's worst pen. Yeah. Sister Erica. Okay. Everybody sing with me because I don't want to sing alone. It feels silly if I sing alone, but I know that you're singing with me. It helps me feel a lot better. Okay, let's go. 1, 2, 3, go. Gail? Gail on the 18th? Gail? I'll sing it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's sing happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday also to them. More specifically, happy birthday, dear Breeze Tones mom, aka Mom Tones, and also Jeremy V, and also Fishy and QHB. Also JP Dooms, turning the big 5-0. Also Papa Stolen Time. Also Marky Boy's mom. Also Sister Erica. And lastly, Gail. Happy birthday to you. You know what to do. Skip around the room. Skip around the room. You know what to do. You skip around the room. Skip around the room. Skip around the room. You know what to do. You skip around the room. Skip around the mother trucking room. And then turn off the lo-fi chilled beats that's still going on. And then
skip around the fucking room. 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 Skip around the fucking room.
skip around it.
Skip around the fucking room.
Skip around
Skip
it.
around the fucking room. Skip around the fucking room.
Hell yeah, you guys. Happy birthday. Hope you skipped around the room. Skip around the room. Oh, wait. I have another birthday song. I got another birthday song. Are you ready for this? This is going to be one of the best things you ever see all in your whole life. This should have been in the coolest things I've seen all week, but we're going to just do it right now. Ready to fall in love? Happy birthday in a minor key. Happy birthday. Happy freaking birthday. Skip around the room. Play Happy Birthday in a minor key so it sounds like you're in the Haunted Mansion. That's the best birthday ever. Hey, happy birthday to your mom, Breeze Tones. I sang mom tones. Mom tones? Yeah, I thought that joke would land a little bit harder than it is, but what do I know? You know? Happy birthday to mom tones. Okay. Well, I guess what we're going to do now is a very, very, very random liquid tasting. It's time. Get the liquids. Okay, let me see. And then, okay. So tonight's very random liquid tasting is a very special random liquid tasting. Castlevania birthday. Yeah. Well, you know, that's what you want. You know, that's all I think that's all anybody's ever wanted in life. You know? Oh, yeah. Here's the thing. I do have a mail, but it's literally just one package. And it's I know where it's from, but hang on. Listen, I'll open it. We haven't got that far yet. I saw this package and I was hoping that it would be deep cuts. It is unfortunately not deep cuts. But I know it is liquid. Listen, Trevor, I know. Oh. It's just a couple of bottles of the Dawn. Oh, it's a different The Dawn. Is this a different Dawn? This Dawn says, Steve-O, I need your help. This says bourbon cream donut? Is that new? I've had Dawn. I've had the bourbon cream. I don't think I ain't never had no bourbon cream donut. Bourbon cream donut. There you go. That's what came in the mail. I got 2 bottles of it. It's new. Okay. It says if Dawn and Donut made a baby, this would be it. The Dawn creamy donut. I am fascinated. I like the Dawn, you know? I think it's a good liquid. I'll be interested to try this one as well. You know, it's going to be right now. You know, I think the Dawn has his work cut out for it because it's going to be hard right now. I think to beat the vanilla rum cream that I've been cranking away on from JMW. But look, I'm down for a good challenge. Bourbon cream donut. Bourbon cream donut. Well, it's going to eventually end up in a random liquid tasting. It's not going to end up in tonight's random liquid tasting because tonight I had something very, very specific, you know, very specific. New poll. Random liquid tasting. All right. So the theme of tonight's okay, so the theme of tonight's very random liquid tasting, which let me get you some voting music. The theme of tonight's very random liquid tasting is it's called we're just going to call it dark ass juice in a clear bottle. Dark ass juice in a clear bottle. So, first things up, it's the JMW Peaches and Cream. This is a clear bottle, and that's dark ass juice in a clear bottle. Bayonne Lemon Custard. This is a clear bottle, and that is some dark ass juice in a clear bottle. We have some Marsh cereal. This is a clear bottle. That is some dark ass juice in a clear bottle. We've got Mao's Indulgence. That is a clear bottle. That is some dark ass juice in a clear bottle. And then lastly, the wild card of the whole thing, it's Pucked Up. That is a clear bottle, and that is some clear ass liquid in a clear bottle. So feel free to vote if you want to. I'd appreciate it if you did. I think oligarch mode is on. Did I turn oligarch mode on? Did I make that oligarch mode, or I'm not sure. I'm going to throw a wick real quick through this coil. So just give me a sec while you guys vote. Needs nothing. It needs nothing. For time. Dude, you guys are Bayonne Lemon Custard. The Bayonne Lemon Custard is the choice right now. Marsh cereal's not getting nothing. Stare at the wad. Stare at the wad, you lemon custard loving lunatics. Nothing can touch. I did not see this coming. I did not expect Bayonne Lemon Custard to rule the galaxy. I guess, did I have oligarch mode off? One vote, one person? Oh, we are democratic tonight. We are democratic tonight. Well, this is what you get with a democracy. Bayonne's Lemon Custard. Look, I'm not one to go against the will of the people, so it is what I will vape. Unless a bunch of more people show up and all vote for JMW Peaches and Cream. Murphy is such a little shit these days. I don't see anything else beating this, so smell you later. Other dark liquids in a clear bottle. That guy in a little cup. Bayonne. Are you kidding me? Bayonne Lemon Custard. Thanks, guys. Appreciate that. Thanks, guys. Hey, it's going to be good. It's going to be great. Lemon custard is a favorite flavor of mine, but I don't know what the flavor... I need that whimsical ass bottle. This is an Indonesia liquid, and it was this company, Bayonne, and all their liquids came in these little bottles. Oh, I can't vape this. I can't vape this. I can't vape this. We're going to have to redo this. We're going to have to redo this. This is a 50 milligram. It's a 50 milligram. I can't vape this. Do I have any... I don't even have an MTLRTA I could wick up real quick. Let me see if I have like a pod or something. Yeah, we can do this. We can do this. Yeah, we can do this. Here's the thing though. It's gonna have to just be out of a pod. If you guys want me to do this, or we can revote. Do you want to revote? 50 in a drip 50 in a dripper. No. But I will do this and whatever second place was. What was second place? JMW. All right. All right. Just a quick double liquid tasting. We're going to do JMW on the dripper, and we're going to do Bayoni's Lemon Custard 50 milligram in a pod. In an Oxva pod. Oxva Abita. Okay. Do a little knuckle here. Whoa. Whoa. Ooh la la. Oh la la wow. Oh. Yowza. Why is every lemon flavored everything, lemon custard anything, always end up being the darkest liquids? Do the lemon flavorings have some sort of Do the lemon flavors have some sort of extra flavoring, or be a man? All right. Well, this is also a very dark bottle, or a very clear bottle, very dark liquid. I'm letting the pods soak up a little bit. Let's apply some motor oil to the coils. Huh? Not bad. Doesn't even matter if it goes in the deck. Got a little carried away there. It's chucking tits, man. I don't know what to tell you. Oh, first try. First prize. First prize. Pardon me. Pardon me. All right, this is going to go in the Oxva Slim Pro 3. Let's wet the old whistle here, how's it say? And it needs a rewick. Look, just because it's a dark liquid doesn't mean it's not going to be tasty. I've vaped very, very dark liquids that were very, very delicious. Let's try the Bayoni first. This is probably going to knock me on the ground, but whoa, baby. Whoa, baby. Whoa. Whoa. That made my eyes water. Oh my God. Woo! That is too much. Too much. Pretty much any citrus will have at least some amount of natural extract in it. It's probably a shit ton of maltol, and the final mix to balance and deepen the flavors. The natural extracts in it. Is that what makes it? Whew. That was too much. That was a lot. You know, this is one of those things where I'm glad that 50 milligram exists for the people that need it or prefer it. I haven't vaped a high nic in so long that this is destroying me. The flavor's simply kind of fine. it's lemony, you know? It's like lemon cakey. It's actually not that bad, but I can only focus on the flavor for like 0.2 seconds before the punishing throat hit like just punches me in the throat. It strangles my soul in my chest. It's so intense. It's so intense. The flavor is actually pretty good. The flavor is actually pretty good. I just can't hit this. I might be able to hit this like one more time. Your emergency views has 50 in it. Yeah. Oh, you hit it in solidarity? Nice. Let's keep the cough together. It makes me like actually short of breath. I mean, I could see this helping someone. The flavor is actually pretty good. The lemon is coming through. It's like lemon pound cake. It's real nice. Even if I just mouth it like a cigar. You can kind of taste it that way. That's how I'm going to have to vape this, like it's a cigar. Can't inhale this. Okay, Bayoni. That's actually really good, and there's no... I saw you saying pepper. I haven't tasted any pepper. I didn't taste any pepper in that. Let's knuckle the peaches. That's interesting. All right. Cheers. All right, hang on. Let me sit with this one for a sec. Yeah, this one is a Salt Nick. That's a Salt Nick. So, I don't know, do Salt Nicks get the same peppery? Do they oxidize the same? Australians wouldn't survive on less than 35 milligram? Yeah, I could see that. Let me sit with this for a second. I'll be right back. Okay. It does... Here's the thing. It does taste like peach. I get some peachins from it. Let's see. Joker, Brian's Tech, KJ, the Unknown Goat, KJ, Raw Hit, Tra, KJ, Tra, KJ, Paul, Brett, Brett, Paul. What's up, Squid? Let's go.
Can't be done. Squid. Can't be done. Can't be done. You can't beat squid. All right. So as far as this goes, JMW. Old. Old. No. Here's the thing. This isn't really a proper representation of what JMW liquids are like today because it is old. And I want to acknowledge that this is old recipe. This is like pre-Steve-O, right? This is pre-Steve-O. I can tell that it's real old. It has a little bit of like a dusty kind of old flavor to it. So I'm not really going to count that against it. I'm trying to taste around that, but it definitely does taste old. It's peaches and cream. It's very peaches, and I wasn't expecting. There's a burp right there. I wasn't expecting such a natural peach flavor. It tastes like, peach, like peach flesh, not like a peachy O-ring candy or like a peachy O-ring. Not like a peachy ring candy, not like Lifesavers or any candied. It feels very like peach flesh, like I'm eating a peach. It's still sweet. It is creamy. It's definitely old. In a pinch, if this was the last bottle of liquid I had until my next order, I could vape this. Yeah, see, I don't really fuck with JMW pre-Steve-O. I don't know if you noticed that, but I got sent shit tons of JMW and never cared about it or vaped it until recently. And I'm glad I did, but I would have liked to try this in its prime before it turned into motor oil. It's very peachy, it's very creamy. It does taste very old, and like I said, it's not like a candy peach. It's a very natural, fleshy, fruity, stone fruity peach. Yeah. Well, that's the great thing about, I look at liquid makers the same way that I look at brewers of beer, Everybody's got different styles, and those styles change over time. Absolutely. Yeah. Well, I know he did the old succulents too. Yeah. No. Here's the thing. Steve-O, not many people think of Dan when they think of JMW. I'm going to give this an okay. I'm going to give this an 2. It's probably going to go in the big box of bad. It's probably going to end up going to someone. Maybe I'll send this to Steve-O. No, I'm just kidding. JK, just for the jokes. Yeah, Ben's the only one saying it right. JMW. Yeah, behind the scenes, it's probably good. Steve-O's a good face. But I think liquid and beer are going to be viewed very similarly eventually at some point in the, consumer retail market. There's going to be crafty beer guys and there's going to be crafty juice guys. And, I approach liquid almost the same way as you approach a beer. You look at the flavor profile, you look what's in it. You have a smell, you have a taste, you pair it with something. It's a rich reward of flavors. Hell yeah. Well, thank you, old school JMW, for being that old school JMW. It feels like we're getting not too long in this vlog. This is a streamlined vlog tonight, you guys. This is streamlined. This is the part that has to get cut out of YouTube, but I'll be back to say goodbye at the very end. We're all going to go on a little journey through the internet. It's time for Ernst's favorite Ernstagram bands. Nope, not that. Won't put a link to that. We'll put a link to the
Iron Maiden cover. That's, the best Iron Maiden cover that's ever been an Iron Maiden cover. Oh no, did I lose the tab? Oh no, here it is. Here it is. Oh no, this is from the Yo-Yo stream. I've got the Dallas TV show Wikipedia page pulled up. All right. Well, I might have lost the cover, but I can get it again. Jim texted it to me. So, Connie, REONA, Triggar Happy, and Not Really Dre. We had like 2 bangers tonight and 2, little, kind of like, but Connie, I should just follow her. I should just follow her immediately. Here, I'm going to put my money where my mouth is. Welcome to the party, Connie. I'm following you now. How could you not? How do you not? How do you not? REONA. That's my corporate Jason dance. You already followed her, Doug? Good. I hope she gets an influx of followers from us. I hope she does. The guy the other week immediately started following me after I commented on his video that we reviewed on Instagram. He immediately started following me. It was cool. So I'm like, oh, okay, I'll follow you back. So now I'm following a guy from like 2 weeks ago. Dude, we did it. I think we're done. I think we're at the very end of the vlog. This was a good damn hell ass fun vlog. I had a great time. Dude, that Griffin is still impressing me. The Griffin, so far, it's been like the highlight of this vlog. We got weird, complicated news from FDA, and some liquids are just going to be able to be sold on the market again, except not really. I mean, kind of, but not really. At the very least, there seems to be something going on at FDA where they're finally admitting, like, okay, well, we can't enforce our way out of this. We bit off a little bit more than we could chew. I'm sorry. Sorry to all the companies that you got MDO'd. You're going to have to reapply again. All of you just sitting here in this big fucking pile, you don't have anything to worry about for now. That's basically what happened. The Griffin is goodin'. I thought you wrote gooning for a second. I'm like, what? You can't do that. That kid is back on the escalator again. All right, let me double check and make sure I didn't forget anything. No, we're good. We're good, yo. Good vlog. Good one. Nice. That was fun as hell. Thank you guys for coming out. It's Thursday. It's vlog day, except for next week. No vlog next week. I have a doctor's appointment at which point I'll know more about what's going on in my body. But otherwise, thank you so much for coming out. Yeah, we'll still fiddling on Tuesday. Absolutely still fiddling on Tuesday. And honestly, the yo-yo stuff isn't going to change either. If you're a member of my yo-yo, Monday is going to happen, Tuesday is going to happen, Wednesday is going to happen. Just like normal. We're just no vlog next week. Just no vlog next week. That's all. Oh, man. That was a severe wing check. Man, what a wing. Man, what a wing. So, hey, I'll see you guys in 2 weeks. I mean, I'll see you guys before that. But vlogging, in an official vlogging capacity, not next week, but the week after, well, I'll be back. Just taking 1 week off to go to the doctor so that I hopefully don't end up with... I'm worried about diabetes. I'm worried about cancer. I'm worried about pancreatitis. I'm worried about a couple things. I haven't Googled any of my symptoms. I'm just going to talk to the doctor and let a medical professional who has made this his entire career, I'll let him look at my body, So peace out, you guys. I love you. Be excellent. Have a great week. Have a great weekend. We're doing hangs tonight. We'll do hangs on Thursday, next Thursday after my doctor's appointment. It'll probably be early. 5:30, I'm guessing, could be some hangs next week on Thursday. Thank you, Compassion and Cucumbers. I appreciate that. Thank you, Tim. Love you guys. Listen, the vape community, you are my people. These are my people, and I have to protect you. And I feel an overwhelming sense of I don't know, I like protection, you know? I don't want anybody hoodwinking you. I don't want anybody fucking with you. I don't want anybody fucking with us. And I get very protective of this thing that we've made and the people that we've helped. I get very protective of it, sometimes too much. And I'm sorry, but I love you. Thank you for being here. Happy Thursday. Let's keep being excellent. Let's have a great weekend. Yo-yo's, I'll see you in the hangs. And peace out. Big love. Be excellent. We're going to say goodbye, as we do, have always done now. Hell yeah, K-Stereo. 0 cigarettes for 18 years. Let's go. Hell yeah. You know what Yak has to say about that? He believes he can fly. And we can believe in ourselves and each other for at least a little while. You know, at least through the end of the day. Be excellent to each other. Be excellent to yourselves. Don't be a dick. Do crime. Peace out. Yak believes he can fly.
I believe I could fly. I believe I could touch the sky any time of year. Dun 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 dun. I believe I can fly.